Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. Today, I'm here by myself, and I believe some of my colleagues will be joining me later on. But it's important to inform you that we have a lot of breaking news around our politics. I want to encourage you to share the show because it's going to be very, very interesting that you are a part of this very important conversation. It's about Liberia. As you can see, the headline, we said Costa to be JNB running mate. So we have a lot of information to share with you. We have confirmed so many information, but we will give you details of the information when we come back. I want to encourage you to share the show. It's very, very, very important that you share the show today because the conversation is good. It's good for the politics. It's good for Liberia. It is also good, to note that many of what we have said over the years or over the past few months, most of our information are confirmed. Most of the information. So definitely we are vindicated. Most of what we have said have come to pass. So it's important that you share the show today. We will give you detailed information with regards to this information that we are giving you. Detailed information, but you can only do it to be, some of you will be surprised. But the thing about it, some of you have no shame to come back to say, oh, I apologize. Because in so many occasions, we have said things, you will deny it, you will attack us, you will disrespect us. At the end of the day, when they come to pass, you just go quietly. Just put your tail between your legs and just run away. But at least it could serve you morally. It could make you a better human being. If you are wrong, at least for once, come to admit and apologize. So you will come, oh, fake news, this, that. You have no idea. Some of you are not informed. Some of you are just group thinkers and followers. So when you come to these platforms, you listen. You listen to people with the information. You listen to people with contacts. You listen to people with relevant information that will be very, 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 very important to the decision you make. If you just put on your partisan heart and just come attack, it will do you no good. Yes. Today, the information we are giving you, the informations are based on facts, not stories making. We never done that on SKTV. We always speak on the issue. We want to encourage you to share the show. This is very important. This is very important. We have facts to present to you, and we will give you the facts. We have to share the show so we can have at least most of our followers, following the show from the get-go. Because in so many occasions, people come later and say, hey, Sekou, what did I miss? What's going on? I think Steve will be joining us later on. Steve is standing in a wedding today. We have a big wedding here today in Phoenix, Arizona. I think D12 will be performing at that wedding today, so it's going to be a big wedding. Steve is also standing in the wedding. Many of our friends are standing in that wedding. We'll try to be there. I'm not sure whether SKTV will carry live, but we will try to be there. However, So please, it may sound funny. It may sound funny to some of you, but this is real. We said this before. You insulted us. You disrespected us. But now, it is coming to pass. Unless something changes down the line. But as is today, as we stand here, the deal is sealed. The deal is sealed that Henry Pedro Costa will be the running mate for Joseph Nima Boakai. And we'll give you details when we come back. Go ahead and share the show. This is so important. Go ahead and share the show. Okay? Because I don't know why some of you will just jump up and just start attacking or disrespecting people when you have no information. If you learn to listen to people with the relevant information, it will help you out. Some of you are just burning bridges, destroying friendships over politics. If you can only listen, that will help you out. And if you can listen, that will not only help you out, but you will get to understand what the person is saying. And if you have a counter argument, or you have something to refute or to debunk what that person is saying, that would be good for you. Come on with it. But you cannot just be there insulting or disrespecting people, making crazy statements. So we're going to play our song, the song that say everybody want to become president. This is not unique. We are not playing this just simply because of Costa or Boakai. We play these songs all the time, depending on our feelings, whatever song want to play for that day. But anyway, I'm Sekou Kenen from Phoenix, Arizona. As you can see behind me, that's the city of Phoenix. We are in the valley here, surrounded with mountains, but the city is flat. Outside of the city is where you find the mountains for the most part. From the south side and the north side of the city, there are mountains everywhere. But on the west side of the city is flat, going all the way towards California area. So Phoenix is a beautiful city, as you can see behind me. But I want you to share the show. This information is real, it's authentic, and they are fact-based. They are based on facts, not anything that got to do with your normal politics. This is real. We'll give you details. We'll come back. Just make sure you share the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sonada Diabo. I'm glad with the great opportunity given me to introduce to you your president.
Babu want to become president. Bustro want to become president. Poppy Dossa want to become president. Crazy man you see want to become president. Mr. Krede want to become president. Mr. Lala man want to become president. President you will sing you. Mr. Roro want to become president. Jego. Now how the president business will be? We suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. Become president. It can't be one angry. Let me tell you something. When they want to become president with Lala, they will come and say, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I thank you people for introducing me as the president. Power invests in me. Mason, I will bring down Moldova and build you new Moldova. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to see the government money. I'm going to make sure 7-7 get their back pay. I'm the president, going to make sure that the AFL going to be paid in 2 weeks. I'm going to make sure the students going to get 12 buses. I'm going to make sure for the little children they say, I'm going to buy two plastic bags for them to poo-poo inside. Yeah. Babu, you see, want to become president. Mr. President want to become president. Mr. Drongo want to become president. Lala want to become president. Kieran Ripper want to become president. Listen to the speech. As the president of the Republic of Liberia, I'm going to make sure I'm going to electrify the city into 1 day time. As the president of the Republic, I'm going to drive the whole of the sea and pay you people estate daily. As things go back, Republic of West Wind going to be an estate. Mr. President, become president. Mr. Lalame won't become president. Mr. Ruru want to become president. Mr. Dr. Job won't become president. Mr. Kenju May won't become president. Mr. Ripasa won't become president. Mosquito want to become president. The Crazy Caesar want to become president. Everyone won't become president. And you now when you won't become president. Yeah.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Some of you are asking for Steve. Steve's supposed to be here in a little bit. I think he might join us down the line during the show. With Melbourne, we are having some technical problem in Liberia with the radio station. Hopefully, if they get it going, we will go to them. We'll go to the radio. Hopefully, if they get it going while we're on the show. However, SKTV is always here. We are on the YouTube. We are live on SKTV, and we are also live on SKTV Live. So we have 3 platforms that are simultaneously carrying the show. The YouTube, SKTV YouTube, SKTV Live, and SKTV Original. So we are live on all of them. We want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. First, those of you who are saying that this is the fake news, this is not good, this is, some of you, I've said this before and I will say it again. Learn to listen first. First thing first, learn to listen. After you have listened, then you can learn to disagree respectfully. If you have a counter argument, if you have something to prove or to debunk what is being said, you can come out and do that respectfully. That is the tenets of democracy. Our job, my job, is to gather the information and share it with the people. It's up to you to believe it or not. It is up to you to consume it rightly or not. It is up to you to go and make your research to confirm or deny what we are saying here. First and foremost, before I even start, I we try to reach out to Henry Costa to confirm or deny this information, because we know we have the right information. But for the benefit of our platform and the benefit of Henry Costa and for the integrity of our platform, we reach out to Costa by text message, by phone call. Could not be reached yet. Maybe he will call, maybe he will call, maybe he will not. Maybe he will respond, maybe he will not. But yes, the information we are about to give you is authentic and it is fact-based. Sometime last week, we came on this platform, we told the people that show was one of the shows we call What's on Your Mind. And I said JNB was on my mind. And I was very emphatic. I said, I'm concerned about JNB's pick for vice president. And I said, on the top of the list, it was Jeremiah Kuhn. Second to the list was Henry P. Costa. And third was Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence. And fourth was Benin Ayure. Because I know the conversation was being heard over and again. So, when Costa and Benin Ayure and the JNB team, they heard that information, they had a conversation. Benin Ayure appeared on Costa's show, tried to eliminate Benin Ayure from the picture. And in that conversation, they went directly to what's now apparent. They point to the fact that yes, the conversation being held, but it's not Benin Ayure. Benin Ayure self-eliminated. And he made it very clear that he had made it clear to JNB to pick somebody young to be his vice running mate. Benin Ayure was very clear about that, and the show that they made was about that, to make sure that the issue of Benin Ayure will not overshadow the possibility of Henry Costa being the vice running mate for Boakai. Also, in that conversation, Costa made it very, very clear that those that were running or that were in conversation to be the vice running mate for Joseph Nima Boakai, he said they don't have money. He said you can everybody get popularity, everybody get people, everybody gets this, everybody get that, but it's all about money. He said that very clear. Costa said Yomli has no money. He said Jeremiah Kuhn is broke. He doesn't have money. He said if the people really want to be running mate for Boakai, let them bring money. Let them show what they have. You know, one thing about politicians, and Costa has been very good at this, he kind of preempt his move. He sent out signal. But for those who can understand, and for those who have ears to listen, I'm not talking about the blind loyalists and the group thinkers who will deny or condemn anything that they hear without even investigating. Well, I don't blame some of you. Our liberal mindset is very, very, very bad. Some of us, we don't believe in what is called critical thinking. Or to even sit back and put one or two together to say, you know what? The thing what they were saying or the thing what this person is saying, even though I don't like it, but let me think about it. What is the possibility? You try to connect dots. That's how critical thinkers do. We made it very clear that it was going to happen. And then they went, they kind of eliminated Benjamin from the picture. And Costa made it very clear that this was about money. It's not about popularity. And he went ahead and launched direct attack on Yamli. Benina Yure started. Benina Yure said he can't understand why people are campaigning to be vice president. We know that attack was directed at Yamli Kanga Lawrence. We came here, we talk about it. We say it was wrong. You can do your own campaign if you want. You can choose not to campaign. You can either campaign publicly or privately. We said that was up to you. We have no reason to attack the lady for what she decides to do. So, according to one of the sources, as we speak, conversation be heard that Benina Yure is about to step aside to give room to Henry Costa to be the political leader for ALP. Go and research that also. Since some of you just there run your mouth on everything. Oh, it's not true. It's a lie. It's fake news. It's this, it's that. You just learn to listen. And when you listen, go and make your research. When you ascertain the facts, come and tell us. Oh, Steku, you were right. We apologize. Oh, Steku, you were wrong. Here are the facts. That's all it takes. No need to insult, no need to disrespect. Let's have a conversation. Let's behave like mature people. Let's behave like people with common sense, with the ability to research and have critical analysis on issues based on facts available to us. That will only elevate our polity. You know, some of you who are saying here today, your comments, your everything you're saying here, I'm taking notes. Trust me, I'm paying attention to you guys. And if this is confirmed, and you fail to come out, some of you that have respect for, trust me, I will not say it, but I will not consider you to be anything. So let me give you the story that you're here for. As we speak today, Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boakai, the former vice president, is currently in Ghana. Go and research that also, whether that's a fact. He's currently in Ghana. And the purpose of going to Ghana was to have a meeting with some Russians. These Russians are the one to help Joseph Nyuma Boakai with money, with a condition that Henry Costa should be the vice running mate for Joseph Nyuma Boakai. Some people have the information. Oh no, Henry Costa flew to Ghana. No, Henry Costa did not go to Ghana. We have the facts. This is why we reached out to Henry Costa before coming on this show today, because we want to make sure, for the credibility of our platform, let him either deny or confirm. But he did not, because maybe he's busy. Maybe he'll get back to us later on. Maybe he's watching right now. Maybe some of his people are here because they know that we have the facts. We did call Costa. We tested him. Hey, Henry Costa, we are reaching out for an information that we have for you to either deny or confirm. If you were part of any conversation or you have been part of a conversation of being considered for running mate to Joseph Numa Boakai, a conversation held in Ghana, we were very emphatic, clear, and precise with the question to Henry Costa. He's here to respond. And it was followed by a phone call. And I saw that you're seeing it because it was a WhatsApp call. He did not respond. So back to the conversation. In fact, for those of you who want Nyomli Kanga Lawrence to be the vice running mate to Joseph Numa Boakai, that dream is dead as we speak. We were credibly informed. I also tried reaching out to Nyomli also. I believe she will respond. I didn't call her, but send her a message. We are reliably informed that Joseph Numa Boakai, before his departure for Ghana, that Joseph Numa Boakai broke the news to Nyomli Kanga Lawrence. So some of you supporters of Boakai, or Nyomli, or UP, or ALP, go and ask questions. Because the implication of what is going on right now is good for the politics. It will make the political field interesting. But is it good for Boakai? I don't know. That's not my call. But the implication of rushing, especially at this moment, wherein Russia is heavily engaged with the United States, that does not augur well, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Because Liberia is a sovereign nation, we have our right to associate or disassociate with anybody. Every citizen in Liberia has a right to do whatever he or she wants to do. However, if we say the United States is our trusted allies or long-time allies, their interest should not be compromised by us in any shape or form. So before Boakai's departure from Liberia to Ghana for this meeting, Boakai called Nyomli and told Nyomli that he is not going to be picking her for his vice president. Go and fact check that also. We don't just come here and talk. So before going into details of that conversation, I want to make sure you are informed about every other circumstances surrounding this whole thing. For example, we told you that Jeremiah Kung was part of the conversation, was being considered also. He was actually top of the list. And when Costa came and said, when Kung started coming around, Kung just started yesterday, Kung is not any, Kung is nobody when it comes to JNB, and attacking Yombly for campaigning for vice presidency. So as we speak right now, Prince Johnson talk about how he been reached out to, that they've been talking to the opposition, they've been talking to Boakai, they've been talking to Komis, and the rest of it. As I speak to you right now, Jeremiah Kung is also, based on Boakai's move, Jeremiah Kung now is considering heavily, and conversation is going on right now. Some of them are watching and they know I'm telling them the truth. Jeremiah Kung too is now running for president. Either he's been encouraged by the CDC just to make the field crowded or to muddy the water. Whatever the case is, Jeremiah Kung now is thinking about running now for president, talking about the guy for Prince Johnson's party, who was hardly considered to be vice presidential pick for Joseph Boakai. He's also now considering running for president because Boakai already made up his mind. And we were told, reliably informed, that Jeremiah Kung's pick for running mate would be Dr. Henry Yala. You heard me clearly. The guy who was a senator in Bong County. They're trying to form a coalition between Nimba and Bong, that central part of Liberia, to produce president and vice president. Jeremiah Kung may not win, may or may not win, may not even go for second round, but that has been very strategic for the purpose of coming on the table from the position of strength in the second round. All of you that are running your mouth, oh, Seku, this is not true, this is fake news, this and that. You have no idea, you have no clue. One of the reasons why SKTV is different, we don't just talk of our hair. We don't talk based on prejudice. We have nothing against anybody. Trust me. We have everything against anyone who try to destroy Liberia. Our loyalty is to Liberia, not to any individual or group of individuals, especially with those with malicious attempt or intent to destroy our country. So I care less about what you think about me as to who I support, who I don't support. But truth here is that Joseph Nima Boakai, imagine, now, this is very simple, right? Call Yombly. And like I said, I've tried to talk to her. I've now been able to talk to her, but I wanted to confirm the information because I know it's fact. Whether or not JNB called Yombly and told Yombly, say, I'm sorry, you're not going to be my vice running mate. That is the big news I'm telling you right now. Yes. JNB decision to choose Henry Costa for his running mate is because of money. You know JNB loves money. The Omer loves money. Me, I love the Omer too. But the conversation that was held in Ghana, where JNB is currently relaxing, the deal is being sealed unless he changes his mind when he gets back, because the information is out now. And they don't like when we put the information out. People are going to start pointing fingers. They're going to start arguing among themselves. What happened? What did not happen? How did the information get out? All of you that say it's not true, it's this, is that. Please be ready to apologize to me later on when you confirm it. But some of you have no shame, so you care less whether you come here and insult and disrespect, say whatever you want to say. By the end of the day, if it is confirmed, we have seen that many, many times. The last time when we announced the first platform to announce that JNB will win the election in Grand Bassa County during the 2017, during the 2020 election, someone came in, someone citizen came in and insulted me. It's a lie, it's a fake news. Why are you the first to say this? We will also say on this platform that JNB pick for Senate in 2020 or in the just by election that Councillor Jala won. When we came here and said it, that JNB pick is not going to win, the CDC supported candidate was going to win, you say we were lying. It was a fake news. But when it was confirmed, you did not come here because you have no shame to come and tell us we apologize. You were right. I can do that. If we have our facts wrong, if we have the information wrong, and it happened to be the other ways wrong, we will come here and own up to what we say and say, well, we were wrong, we apologize. That's the way a good human being behave. But some of you have no moral. I'm not talking about all the fans, people that are watching. I'm talking about people who come here and insult based on their feelings, based on the fact that because they have certain loyalty to certain political parties or certain individuals, if any information that is not in line with their interest or any information that is not in favor of that person they support, they resort into insulting, disrespecting, and question the credibility of your platform based on nothing. Before I even go into detail of this information, because I'm going to tell you everything, that's why you are here. Before I go there, when I posted, that's how I know that many of you people, especially some of the people that are supporting JNB or Unity Party, for whatever reason they are doing it, some of you are sick in the brain, completely madness. I said, wow, well, I am not surprised. That's what I said. I said nothing else. I mentioned no JNB. I mentioned no commies. I mentioned nothing about politics. I just went and said, well, I'm not surprised. You went on the rampage to attack me. Oh, why you worry about Wakai? Why you don't worry about commies? Where in the world did I mention Wakai? That's why I say some of you are sick. We go through a million things a day. Beyond politics. You don't know who I talk to. You don't know what is going on. But when I just wrote, wow, but I'm not surprised. This could be personal. It could be political. It could be social. But why must you attach that to JNB? Oh, Seku, we know what you worry about JNB. Oh, Seku, JNB not do anything. JNB not do this. I say some of you are really, really, really sick in the brain. I think one of the major challenges we have in Liberia is this traumatization of those people who were actually traumatized by the Civil War. Some of them never saw the Civil War, but they grew up in a very hostile environment. Their brain is completely slow. They don't have the ability to even think twice. Where in the world, when I say nothing, I've mentioned no name. When I say, whoa, wow, I'm not surprised. Then you say, oh, you're talking to JNB. How come? Why are you recruiting people to go against JNB if you so love JNB? That's bad. So when you come here and we are giving you information that you don't have, that you have no privilege of having, because the people that you support don't even know you, they cannot even trust you with information. You are a non-entity, provide no value to them. All you do to just come on Facebook to insult people. All you need to do is to come and listen. That's why when we come here, we provide information. We don't just stop there. We open the line for you to disagree with us. To come and tell us, no, what you're saying is not true. Here's are the facts. Or you even have time to go and make your own research. So yes, JNB is in Ghana. Some people are saying Henry Costa went to Liberia, went to Ghana. Henry Costa did not go to Ghana. But Henry Costa was part of the conversation. Amongst people that were in that conversation was this person called Charles Snutter. Charles Snutter. Charles Snutter was one of the person that supposedly representing Henry Costa. But Henry Costa was on the phone for this conversation to be held. Costa was on the phone from the United States. The three Russians were there in person, plus JNB, 4, plus Charles Snutter, 5. And the next person that was privileged to be a part of this conversation was Henry Costa, because that was the deal. So they say they have the money to give to Boakai. I mean, you listen to this. Some of you group thinkers and peanut brains that will come and insult. I'm not talking about good people. Every time I make those references, I'm talking about those people who just come and just insult people without making any counter argument or give their version. You just come and insult and disrespect. I got no respect for those people, because that's who they are. Go and make your research. If you so love Costa, call him and ask him whether it's true. Or call Boakai, Joseph Boakai. Like I said to you, I did not call Boakai today. All these people that we are talking about here, they have somehow, some ways, impacted the life of the Liberian people, for better or for worse. You may like some of them, you may not like some of them, but they are all leaders in their own respect. There are people who don't even call Costa's name, they call him leaders. He's the leader for them. JNB2 is also a leader. So if you're going to be a leader in Liberia for the Liberian people, it is incumbent upon us to hold you accountable for everything you do, especially when it comes to the leadership of our country. When it comes to making decisions for all of us, it is our right. That's why when it comes to politics, there's nothing called no-go zone. Personality, I don't care. I don't discuss people's personal life. So this meeting was held in Ghana, where Joseph Numa Boakai is right now. 3 Russians, Charles Schneider and Henry Costa on the phone. So they agreed to finance the Boakai campaign if Boakai decide or agree to make Henry Costa his running mate. I think Boakai already came with a plan to agree, because he informed Youngly that you are no longer being considered to be vice president for me before he left. Now Jeremiah Kun was already moving on, trying to run for president. But we have a lot of information too on Jeremiah Kun, but that's not for today. We'll talk about that in a later day. So Boakai agreed with the condition too. If you're going to agree, the money that they agreed to pay to Boakai to support his campaign, Boakai said he should give $5 million. Even before the voter registration begins. You hear me clearly? That they need $5 million if they are serious. They need $5 million for them to start the planning process, sending their people across the country to encourage and facilitate voter registration in their favor, making sure that they reach out to as many people as they can. And the people accepted with it. They agree with it. They accepted the condition that they are going to be giving the $5 million. I know this information may sound funny to some of you. It may sound crazy. But again, the last time when we came here, we talked about Boakai having a meeting with Alexander Cummings in Ghana. Some of you say it was a lie. And we told you who were there. That time, that meeting was just between Cummings and Boakai. But those who were there at the hotel where the meeting was held that time, we made it very clear. It was Joseph Nima Boakai Jr., Joseph Boakai's son, and the guy called J. Kabakoli. This happened when J. Kabakoli and Boakai came here. Boakai left earlier. Boakai was supposed to be in Nigeria for some function, and then later on flew to Ghana to meet with Cummings. J. Kabakoli was left here. J. Kabakoli was in New York. He had a conversation with some people that we know. J. Kabakoli went back to Africa, went to Ghana, landed in Ghana. Cummings to landed in Ghana. Boakai came there. They went to the hotel. Boakai Jr. and J. Kabakoli were outside. Boakai and Cummings entered in the hotel room, just two of them. They had conversation for 46 minutes. I'm telling you, 46 minutes conversation. I'm not going to give you detail as to what was discussed. But because J. Kabakoli was not present in the meeting, he gets angry. He called Costa. He called DeLong, he called other people and told them that, oh, the papier already, Cummings finished by the papier. Cummings and the papier finished talk. The people talk for 1 hour. Cummings finished offer the man $5 million. Just like that. because he was now privileged to the information, to the conversation. So he wanted to know exactly what happened. That's the time Costa was so angry. He came out and told the world how he, the one, reinvented the wheels for Boakais to sit behind. That he, the one, rejuvenated the spirit, the life, the political life of Joseph Nima Boakai, so that he should be privileged to every information. In fact, Costa thought the money was already taken by Joseph Nima Boakai at that time. He was so angry. And most of his supporters, they just follow whatever Costa says. They frowned on JNB that time. They were angry. But this time around, that's why this time around, this conversation, Costa has somebody there representing him called Charles Snotter. This information is true. It's 100% true. Because you know why? Our sources that give us these informations, trust me, we have been getting it wrong not even one time. Every time, every information they have given us have come to pass. So, when we reached out to Costa, we wanted to make sure we told him exactly what we're about to discuss here. We got the information about Yumli. We also called her. We actually reached out to her. You know, some of our audience, people are watching us here, people that are watching us. Some of you comment, some of you don't comment. But one thing I can tell you for sure, the last time when I came here and said that Joseph Nima Boakai was not well, that he was taken to the hospital in Liberia, when you started to say, oh, Zeko, you lying, it's fake news, it's this will not make Commies win, blah, blah, as if to say I'm the one, the campaign chairman for Commies. When I said it, you deny it. And I came out to tell, let me say this. Some of you really need to learn to listen with your ear. So you can get the information through. I told you clearly that time that the only political leader that I don't talk to, or have not spoken to directly, is Benina Ure. Those that were in the CPP arrangement. But I made it very clear to you guys that I talked to a lot of people, even some key players in government. And I told you guys that we are privileged to talk to Commies, Boakai, and Yamli as well. That is not any power of me. It is just a privilege. Because where we are today, when it comes to Liberian politics, people trust us with information. People respect us. People give us information when they are in trouble. People give us information when they want to spark some issues. Sometimes we tell them, this is not correct. This is not good. But when it comes to information, we don't play with it because that is our integrity. That's why SKTV, where we are right now, we did not get here by mistake. It was not a coincidence. We worked our way through from having show on a cell phone. As a matter of fact, we brought integrity to this whole Facebook Live thing. When it comes to dress code, we started it to dress responsibly and speak on important issues. to also elevate our platforms like a proper news network. Even the name SKTV, the designing of our platforms. We are not the last, but we were one of the first people in the Liberian community to elevate the conversation. A lot of people have come and gone. We met a lot of people in it. They are where they are. Some of them stay where we met them. Some of them have improved. But when it comes to credibility, we believe we are credible enough. That's why we have some followers that are with us throughout, through shine and rain, regardless. They've been with us. As of late, that is proven. When we spend time without coming on the show, there are people that reach out to us to know exactly what is the problem. They want to make sure we are on because they believe we are credible. So when we come here to talk about Liberia and the Liberian people, we come here with clean heart. No prejudice against anybody. So if you think Joseph Nima Boakai's decision to take Henry Costa to be his running mate is based on money, it's based on money issue, money that Costa told you about, that Jeremiah Kun has no money, Yomli has no money, and he said when it comes to popularity, everybody get popularity, but where's the money? He kept emphasis on money, 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 money. And now the money is available for JNB. Now, Costa, the deal with Costa is sealed and done. Like I said, if anything changes, we will let you know as well. But we know for the fact, as it stands right now, it's just done deal. Now, let's come to what this means for Liberia. The ultimate decision as to who to be president of Liberia, that is with the Liberian people. And how the people will vote is up to them. Some of you are embarrassed, are disturbed. Some of you Boakai supporters are disturbed and embarrassed that this happened to be the case. But on the other hand, there are other people who are excited, who are ready to give their money to support Joseph Nima Boakai because of this information right now. Because why? Because they believe in Costa. So some of you should not be embarrassed or disturbed. This guy has been the face of Boakai's quest for presidency for the past years, including the destruction of the CPP. We did not know there was a hidden agenda. That yes, indeed, the ambition of Costa becoming vice president was bigger than anything they presented to the CPP. Now we know that the CPP was destroyed based on something. Now we know Benina Yura went to court to lie on Cummins for a reason. Now we know the reasons why, and one of the reasons why Costa steered the affairs of the UP when Boakai came here, that he managed, control, and directed Boakai's movement. Now we know. But the downside of this thing is that why Russians in the first place? Why? Why Russians? Why Russians? Why? Of all people. You know, the last time I told you guys on this platform that we were also privileged to a conversation wherein JNB team, because I don't want to actually be direct so people will not, so the source will not be somehow exposed. But JNB team were also in conversation with some Lebanese in Liberia, led by Jetty brother, when they were looking for funds, looking for money for the campaign. Which the conversation was also extended to the Lebanese ambassador, how they can generate funds to support the campaign. When we said it here, some people, oh, you are lying. This is fake news. This is this, this is that. We received a call from somebody within the inner circle asking us, how did you get this information? Because they were trying to reprimand certain people that they think could have been the one that sent me the information. So that everything we discussed here on this platform, everything we talk about on this platform, we don't just run our mouth on issues or anything. We told you also that George Weah was waiting for money for their campaign. Their decision, the comment he made about their coalition that time, we told you that George Weah was waiting for money. And they have money coming from somewhere, including Israel. We talk about that, they say it was a lie. Similarly, one of the people to call us, they say, hey, cool, please, want this information before you talk about it, please call, and talk, and let's talk. No. I say I don't want to talk about anything behind the scene when it comes to information, especially anything that is not good for my country. I will not have a backdoor discussion on those things. I can only have a backdoor discussion to confirm or deny. But to say don't talk about it, that's not me. When we hear it, the people will hear it. When we hear it, the Liberian people will hear it. When we come here, some of you will ask you to support SKTV. Some of you send off $5, $10, $100, $50 here and there. It's not that you don't have anything to do with your money, but because you believe on what we do here. Because you believe what you're getting here. You believe SKTV has been the source of your information. And based on the level of credibility we carry, anything that is discussed here somehow can set the tone. I'm on the show, Monali, okay? So, everybody that come here, we value you, we respect you. So before we give you any information, we got to make sure the information is authentic and they are fact-based. So now you go ahead and do your research. Go ahead and do your research and tell us, oh, Sekou, you are lying. But don't just come here, oh, this is fake news. While some of you are crying, other people are happy. As a matter of fact, right after the meeting, when the information was given to people, and when Costa gave the information to his closest people, there was some face-to-face meeting yesterday held in Minnesota. in celebrating what the information. So some of you may think, oh, this is embarrassing. Why? If Costa can be the face of your campaign, if Costa can single-handedly manage and control JNB, if Benina Ure, we told you the last time that Benina Ure control most of the actions of JNB. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons why Mo Ali and Ami Moda were kicked out of their position, respective position, it was because of they were leaning towards Nyombli becoming the vice president. I hope you're listening. They were leaning towards Nyombli becoming the vice presidential pick for Boakai. So they play politics to make sure that Mo Ali and Ami Moda are eradicated from the process. So, when somebody say, you know, Sekou, you know, why you worry about JNB too much? You are worried more than me. And I should be worried. And every patriotic Liberians, every one of us should be worried about JNB. And precisely about JNB's pick for president. Because if you vote for George Weah, you are voting for George Weah for president. Because you know what? George Weah age is in his favor. And for what we know, health seems to be okay. Seems to be. I'm not sure of anybody's health. Only God knows. And themselves and their doctors. If anybody vote for Cummings, you are voting for Cummings to be the president. If you vote for, what's his name? Tiawan Gonglo, you are voting for Tiawan Gonglo to be the president. But if you are voting for Joseph Nima Boakai, whoever going to be the vice presidential pick for Joseph Nima Boakai, you are voting for that person to be a potential president. That is the fact. Some of you may not like it, but it's just a fact. Number one, Joseph Nima Boakai is of age. Joseph Nima Boakai health condition is a concern. Joseph Nima Boakai decision making based on the past decision that he made is also of a concern. So whoever going to be Boakai's vice president will be the president. Even before he relinquishes the position. Because I know if Boakai wins, which is possible, so we all should be concerned. Boakai can win tomorrow, the presidency. So whoever going to be Boakai's vice president is going to be the president of Liberia. Potentially. So if you don't think we should care about it, then something is wrong with you. Then your brain is not working properly. You need to recalibrate your sense of reasoning because it's not working properly. Because you know what? Every Liberian should be concerned about Boakai's health. Every Liberian should be concerned about Boakai's decision as to who to pick for his vice president. Because at the end of the day, that person could potentially be our president. If you think we shouldn't care about that, then something wrong with you. That should be a concern of every single Liberian. This is just a fact. Assuming nothing wrong with Bwaka, Bwaka is healthy 100%. Assuming Bwaka is 60 or 50 years old, assuming. Don't you know who is the vice president is just a heartbeat away from the presidency? You don't know that? Forget the sickness. Agree, Bwaka is healthy and everything is good with him, like everybody else. He's young. But whoever he's going to pick to be vice president, that person is a heartbeat away from the presidency. Bwaka, the person can decide, you know what, for whatever reason, I'm resigning as president. Automatically, the vice president becomes president. And for the most part, even if the person happened to go through their tenure, 6 years, which I think is too much for Liberia, the person's vice president, they will be making way, they will be making preparation for that vice president to be the next president. That's why many people have problem with Bwaka and his judgment when it comes to the lack of support from Ellen to Bwaka after serving 12 years, when she could not serve as a character witness, as a job reference for Joseph Numa Bwaka to say, yes, this man can be president. This man served our country for 12 years under me. All the good things that we did it together with this man. All the mistakes that we made it together with this man. This man can be a good president. If Ellen could not have done that for Bwaka, that was a red flag. At least for those people who can think. I'm not talking about group thinkers, tribalists, sectionalists, people who vote for people based on because from the same tribe, people who vote for people who support people because, oh, no, this is a party agenda. They have no agenda for themselves, for the country, for their children, but their agenda, the party agenda is the agenda that they carry. I'm not talking about those people. I'm not talking about those people who say they may not suffer too much, like they may get it too. They have no plan for themselves, for their country, or for their children. They think it's all about, oh, they may not suffer, let me get it too. No, it's not about that. I'm going to open the line. I'm going to open the line. So, if you think it is embarrassing for Costa to be vice president, go tell I want to Bwaka, not me. But I think it's good for the country. Hey, George Weah is president today. Like Costa or hate him, George Weah is not smarter than Costa. George Weah is not educated than Costa. George Weah is not smarter than Costa. You know that. George Weah can't even speak English, even though English is not our mother tongue. But we all can try better than George Weah. Costa is way better than George Weah when it comes to speaking. Costa can speak to the media at any time. I'm not campaigning for Costa, but what I'm saying here is that anything is possible in Liberia. You can say Costa is a blackmailer, Costa is this, Costa is that, Costa can lie, Costa can fabricate story, Costa can do this, Costa can take money from government people, Costa can do this, Costa can do that. You can say anything about Costa. But Liberia, everything is possible. As you are getting angry right now and frustrated, there are a lot of other people that are happy and rejoicing. Like the first caller here. Mr. Fumba VD Toure, how are you doing, sir?
Yes, my brother. My uncle, thank you very much. You know, the story, I can't verify it. I know you can't just say something in vacuum.
You know that.
I know that very well. But I can assure you, JNB will beat a catastrophic defeat in October 10th. Now, it's now glaring to me that Dr. Jeremiah Wapo is the next president. Yes, let them go ahead. It's now glaring to me that Dr. Jeremiah Wapo has succeeded to become the next president of Liberia. There's no doubt. Costa? Wow. I submit.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So the lines are open. Let me see here. Let me make sure that the other line is routed to me instead of writing to Steve. Yes. Somebody say, oh, you say you can't speak English, you can boy among George Weah. I can teach George Weah. I can't speak good English, but I can teach George Weah. Yeah. And I know I can better communicate than George Weah. And I know I'm not afraid to speak to the press. I'm not afraid to speak to any individual or group of individuals. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? So yes, indeed, I can speak better English than George Weah. I know that for sure, 100%.
My name is
George Weah cannot even speak English to good English to himself. Yes, my brother. How are you? What is your take on the information provided?
Well, my take on it, you know, Liberian people, they are like so smart, some of them, but they're not smart to make judgment or decision for that beautiful country. We have a few months from now. We have about 9 to 8 months to the elections, the general and national elections, representing presidency. And we continue to sit back. Even the opposition bloc have not come together, but at least we got some honest people running in the race that we can trust them and get in the leadership. If at all we are going to get George Weah out because his 6 years is just what he's able to do. He says that he already did it. He can give chance to another new president that we can put trust in them, because the world people moving fast, doing things. We can't continue to dragging our feet for more than 175 years, and people continue to not be smart to make judgment for that beautiful country. And they bring in somebody who can even speak to his people about his own running mate, that's Joseph Walker. And we continue to be looking around.
But let me ask you though. So do you see Costa as
Vice President?
No. Do you see Costa as an addition, or let's say, because I don't want to say in a way that there was sound condescending to Costa, but do you see Costa as a good addition to JNB, or maybe a liability?
Well, you see, I've been looking at Costa preaching message for JNB. You see, Costa condemned JNB before doing the Madam Sally region, and I keep seeing Honorable Walker bringing Costa. I watched the video where Costa holding one big bucket. They rubber bucket from the White House, and they were doing fundraising, and they not raise anything. Two of them on the stage. All the technocrats, doctor, PhD, holder in Liberia that can run that country. They were not around. Only see Joseph Walker and Costa on the stage. He holding one big bucket behind him. That's not strategy to get money for President Kennedy.
But now they're getting money from Russians. So now money is no longer the problem. So I'm asking you now. So do you see Costa as a liability or an asset?
No, Costa is a liability. He's not assets. From my understanding, because this young man don't have nothing to show. He's just social media propagandist. And he's trying to capitalize, he's trying to use it to get through the door. But the old man is smart. And he tells you can play with the future of the Liberian people. He cannot. If you don't have a chance to move, sit down. We will support you while you're home. Like Ellen Johnson said, Larry Jedua. In her village there, or in the hammer. We can do the same thing for you, Joseph Walker. But when we come to decision making for Liberia, he can be playing with the future of Liberia.
All right, thank you so much.
We can make decisions now. Let's leave the footballer there to manage the country because he may bring in somebody who not even ready for the job because he has some place to bring money from, and they cannot be Russian business to Liberia. Liberia, generally, we all look at America. Where America would want Liberia will go. Most of them. So we know what happened in Russia. And they keep going that way, they're trying to mess themselves. But I will tell you for free, Joseph Parker team would not go nowhere. My brother I'm telling you, Joseph Parker just don't want to come out and tell that grown people, I will not run this time, and this is a person I will trust.
But you think Parker will just take the people money and not run? I don't think so.
No, if you're not able to tell the people that if I was here in that age and I'm not ready for the job, I can't wait till I broke for time. I will decide.
All right.
And tell the people the truth. So I said, I want you guys to look at me as one of your advisors. As Madam Ellen Johnson said, you look at me in this position. But I can decide few people for the leadership of this country. Let me step aside. He can make decisions like that. He will still be a veteran Liberian citizen. But people continue
but somebody's saying that because of Henry Costa being young, and that should motivate young people to go and support Buckeye because a young person is going to be their vice president.
Oh, that's a cheap propaganda.
Okay.
It's just cheap propaganda. It can't work.
Why?
It can't work. Let me tell you, it can't work because for one fight, this brother Costa, tell me where Costa will have worked before in his whole life. What at the end of the day he has managed under his leadership.
Roots FM.
And what?
I can point to that. He said, tell me where he has worked. He may manage Roots FM.
And where's the Roots FM now?
Because the government closed it down.
That's the only person you have to do.
It didn't go down because of mismanagement, I believe. I think the government closed it down. Because he had employees that were there working and they were taking pay. Okay, I'm not being Costa defender here, but I'm just saying because you asked the question.
I understand. But
yeah.
That's not enough for LeBron to make him vice president.
I don't know about that. That's the LeBron post call. But thank you very much, my brother.
Look at people what they do for the citizen, the common citizen over there. What are they doing for them? That would be one radio station.
We gotta let it go now. Make your final comment if you can.
I will tell the LeBron people we have 9 months. I mean, October 10 will be our election. We're in March. So I'm asking the general public, let us have serious consultation with these political leaders to decide among themselves to support one person against George Weah.
Thank you. So, caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 612 number 0329. I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm Thomas Williams. I'm Thomas Williams calling from Minnesota.
Go ahead, Thomas. What say you?
I don't know where you got your news from, but from all indications and all investigations, I have been informed that information is a very fake information, some fake news.
Okay.
And Joseph Walker is not in any way thinking about picking Costa as a running mate.
So pay information. Who's going to be the running mate?
I have very reliably informed that Jeremiah Kuhn is the person under consideration, the political figure under consideration.
Let's watch and see, my brother. I like that. This is what I like. You say you make your investigation, right? Listen.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. You know me, I don't run people out because you disagree with me. I like that. But I like to have a conversation. Your information is telling you Jeremiah Kuhn is going to be the person. I'm telling you, my information is telling me. Listen now. My man, let me finish now.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Before today, we told the public here that the first person on the list was Jeremiah Kuhn. Second person was Costa. Third person was Nyambli, right? We said it to people here. We were told it was a lie. Now we are telling you today, the final decision based on money, Baka decided to carry Costa. So now it's your word versus my word. Let's watch and see what happened. But I appreciate your call.
Yeah, so, let me let 1 second.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so simple. I'm not saying that everybody has their way of getting information. You understand? I say I've been reliably informed that news of fake news. It may not be of fake news, but simple. When are we discussing
Very good question. Very good question. Now, listen to me now. Yeah, that's true. You listen to me now. So how often do you watch SKTV?
I watch SKT almost every day.
Okay.
Almost every time I come around.
All right, thank you. I want to say thank you for doing that. But if you've been following, we are having conversation now, right?
Yeah.
If you are following, who can better tell us about what, who, and how the running mate are going to be picked more than the person themselves? Commies have appeared here just in 1 month and twice.
Yep.
He was asked the question about his running mate. He clearly answered the question. What did you hear from JNB? What have you heard from JNB lately? No. Listen. Because some of you can just talk without thinking. Okay, the best person to talk about their running mate is the people themselves. Commies have come up over and again and tell us exactly when and how he's gonna pick his running mate. And we ask him, listen now, listen, if you do that, I'm gonna take you off. You don't do that. You can't cut me off. Okay, you gotta listen to me. When you listen to me, that will give you a chance to speak.
Okay, I'm listening to you.
Commies came here. We gave Commies the question. When are you gonna get your running mate? He said it the time. What are some of the characteristics you're looking for in picking your running mate? He told us. Now, when last have you heard Joseph Nima Boakai talking about his running mate and the characters, the kind of people he wants as a running mate? And when listen now, we have invited Joseph Boakai so many times and people around Joseph Boakai to come and have a conversation with the Liberian people, not just regarding the running mate issue, but every other issue surrounding Liberia and Liberian politics, to no avail. So, do you expect us, after Commies came out and said whatever he says about, he want to say about his running mate, you should come and say something else?
I listen to Mr. Commies. You are 100% correct. Mr. Commies said that about the characteristic of a running mate. But I don't know whether you are even listening to, because Joseph Waka also said it. Joseph Waka said he needs a running mate who he shares similar vision.
Where and when?
Where and when?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just asking you now, where and when? When he said that?
Do an interview, a one-on-one interview.
Where and when? On which station?
Joseph Waka has said that.
All right. All right, thank you. No problem. So listen now. So about Boakai, about Commies running mate. Go ask Commies and the ANC people, they will tell you. But it's but we came here. We okay. Listen now. You say you follow SKTV, right? We came on the show here. We told the people names that were being considered in Commies camp were as most ability. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but he cannot say anything because it's lies in the purview of the Commies himself.
But we told them the names that we heard.
Okay, can you please step on day 2 so that we can discuss it about those names? Get out discuss it.
Okay, no problem. We'll do that. Thank you. All right, we will do that. We'll take a day to discuss. My brother, we will do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, caller, what is your name? I think this is Cyrus from Liberia. Hello.
Good evening for Liberia here. Good morning and good afternoon to the world.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Kane. I am doing great.
What say you?
You say?
I said, what say you? What do you think about the information, the new information we got right now?
Mr. Kane, I've actually been following lately. We decided to go on sabbatical for a little time to gather ourselves for the election, but
all the information you say on the show is true. And I can tell the viewers of SKTV, not many will agree with me, but this show has been one of the #1 credible show.
Thank you.
And I've been a follower of SKTV for the past 5 years. This is the 6th years now, which you can bear me witness when I used to be.
When you used to live in Ghana, I remember.
Yes. When you started SKTV, we were the first supporter.
Yeah.
Most of the information that come on SKTV is 100% correct.
Thank you.
Women Joseph Boaka were considering Jeremiah Senator Kun as the vice running mate, but were requesting for $2 million, which were in discussion. And the people of Nima could not agree because they are saying they are bringing more value in terms of political capital to the women campaign team. So that was where the women deviated from the people. At this moment, women Dodabaga is doing everything. He's running. He's looking for who can give him money to run the campaign. This information is reliable and it's credible. But we will, Liberian people will not believe something until it starts trending on the social media. It's because we who normally carry these things on the social media have not been, taking onto the social media with the information. So they will now say it's lie, but everything you say on the show is true, Mr. Kane.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that.
And the people, the supporter of Costa, they in their interest. And Costa and I have the conversation in 2020. So, people should not come here and say it's not true. It's 100% true. The conversation is ongoing. Costa is the #1 as we speak on Omejo radar. He's #1 on Omejo radar as we speak.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution, and thank you for being part of SKTV family for the longest.
Thank you, Mr. Khan.
Thank you. All right. So let's take this call. So people, if you are international, you cannot call local. You can call the second number. The first number over there, the one that ends with 0783 is a WhatsApp number. You can call on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp line right now. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from on the WhatsApp line?
This is Mr. Johnny again. I'm calling from Europe.
Mr. Johnny, you said where in Europe?
Yeah, Abraham. I'm calling from Norway.
Abraham from Norway. Go ahead, Abraham.
I want you to keep your eye on this number here because I'm a constant supporter of your network.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. Let me start with one question. How do people in Europe make a contribution?
Okay. I'm not sure whether or not you guys have a Zelle or Cash App, but if you decide to send us money, you can send us money through. Yeah, I don't know whether you have that, but if you don't have that Cash App or Zelle, and you decide to send us money, you can send it to me, Sekou Kene, or Steve Bole. Steve Bole or Sekou Kene will be fine. Yeah, I'm telling you that if you decide to send us money to support SKTV, you can send the money through Western Union or MoneyGram. Can you hear me?
Okay, I heard about it. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are breaking.
Okay. I'm telling you, if you decide to send us money, you can send it through Western Union or Western Union or MoneyGram through either to Steve or myself. It doesn't matter which we send it to. We'll get it.
Okay.
So what's your contribution for the discussion?
The number is breaking.
All right. So you want to call, you can call me on Facebook if you want. You can call me on Messenger if that will work for you. Maybe we will do it.
All right.
If the WhatsApp is not working, call me on Messenger.
After the show.
Yeah, call me after the show. That will be fine. So, anything you have to say about the topic on the discussion? All right. I think the person.
I'll do that after the show. We are breaking. I'll call you.
Okay, do that. So this person said he was just calling to see how he can contribute to SKTV. We appreciate his support and the support of all of you. So, do you think Costa is a liability or an asset for Joseph Numa Boakai? I don't know why some of you are getting so angry or so defensive about Costa being considered or Costa being the final decision of Boakai to be vice president. If Boakai wanted to do Nyomli, why is he waiting for? If Boakai wanted to take Kong, why is he waiting for? Did you hear Costa being very disrespectful to both Nyomli and Kong? Didn't you listen to Benina Yure telling you that he advised the vice president to get somebody younger? Didn't you listen to that? So, before you come here and you see the other guy who called, he say that guy from Minnesota, he said he reliably informed it's a fake news. And he said he's going to be Jeremiah Kun because he wants Jeremiah Kun to be. There are other people too who are JNB supporters. They want Youngblade to be. I know that. But the influence of Benina Yure, Costa, and the money trump everything. Benina Yure's being beside Joseph Numa Boakai the whole time. The ambition was unknown. People attach different reasons to it. But now Benina Yure want Boakai, but Benina Yure want his son to be the vice president to Boakai. That means Benina Yure and Costa, they will be the one to make decision for Liberia if Boakai is elected president. Maybe with this information being out here, Boakai could change his mind. We don't know. But if that happens, how is he going to get the money? But one thing I want you to listen to, sooner or later, unless they change their mind, Henry Costa will be the political leader for ALP. Soon, Benina Yure will step aside. Okay, I think Joseph Conto is calling here. Joseph Conto, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, Brother Seko. How you doing? Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, before you speak, let me say I saw somebody sending us money. Let me make sure I announce that. Okay. Somebody sent out $20, but the person didn't say whether to call their name or not. So I will just leave it like that. The person sent $20 to SKTV through Cash App. I want to say thank you to you for sending us the $20. We appreciate it. So yes, go ahead, Mr. Conto.
Well, on the issue of Vice President Joseph Numa Boakai selecting Mr. Henry Costa as his running mate, I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah.
First of all, we appreciate people what they do. Mr. Boakai being a viable candidate today, it was based on what Costa did during the days of the original CPP. Had Mr. Costa allowed Joseph Numa Boakai and Mr. Ezra Cummings to go through the primary process of through the CPP, Joseph Boakai should have been already questioned by now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Mr. Costa who did everything to even bring somebody like people like Senator Yomikanda Lauren on board to support Vice President Joseph Numa Boakai. He did everything to destroy the CPP so Mr. Boakai can be a viable candidate. So, I mean, why is it a problem now when Mr. Boakai is trying to pay back, what Mr. Costa did for him? So they need to stop crying
and live up to the reality. That is the reason why in this word, when you're doing something today, you should think about tomorrow, what the end results are going to be. And I support Mr. Costa. As a matter of fact, Mr. Costa and myself, we have a family relationship. I am from Kingsburg. He is from Kingsburg. I knew his entire family, his grandmother, his aunt, even his mother. I knew his mother. As a matter of fact, Henry Costa's grandmother, Oma Juba from Machita, she can call me Osmo. That's my wife, and Henry Costa is my grandchild, and I support Mr. Boga's selection of Costa to be his running mate, even though I still support Mr. Cummings. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Well, like I was saying again, I want to say thank you to this person. I'm just going to go to the first name. The first name is Christine. Christine, thank you so much for your donation to SKTV. Well, once again, folks, one thing I don't understand. What is wrong with JNB choosing Henry Costa to be his running mate? If Costa is the only person or the most or the largest person or the most able lieutenant who can go out there and make the case for JNB than anybody else we have seen in recent months, if not years. Who can be a better foot soldiers to fight for the presidency or for the presidential candidate more than their vice president? As a matter of fact, many vice presidential candidates serves as the attack door, an attack door for the president or for the presidential candidate. There are certain things the president will not say, the presidential candidate will not say, they will say it. There are certain route they will not take, they will go ahead and take it. So what is wrong? What is wrong? Okay, somebody else sent us $25. The first name, let me see for you. The person didn't say don't call my name. The first name is Agnes. Agnes, thank you so much. You sent us $25 to Cash App. We appreciate it. So, this person here, that one of our long time follower here. I didn't even know where she has been. I don't know what I should call her. Let me see. I don't know. She's from Minnesota. Well, I don't want. She didn't say anything, but maybe she don't want me to call her name. She just sent out $40. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you don't say don't call my name in a few minutes, I will call your name. I will call your name and tell you thank you. We appreciate it. That's one of our sisters that been with SKT when we have cell phones. You know, when we used to have 25, 30 people watching us. She has been here for a long time. She always used to call and, you know, and make her contribution. But again, people select their vice running mate for several reasons. For the most part, they put into consideration for the fact that this person is ready to be president on day one. Because as vice president, anything happen to the president, you automatically the president. Even if the president stay alive but becomes incapacitated, the vice president is the president. So people who select vice president, okay, I think Mr. Marvin Deschio is calling from, I believe, from Belgium. Mr. Deschio, how are you?
Yeah. Hello, Seko. Damn, that breaking news, I think it got a lot of people head swinging today.
Yeah, I know. Let me, before you speak, let me say this. Let me say thank you to Nancy. I'm not going to call your last name. Nancy just sent out $20. Nancy, thank you so much. We appreciate anybody. So no, you don't say don't call my name, or we'll call your name and tell you thank you, because we got to recognize the sacrifice and the effort you guys make. Sometimes $20 and $10 and $5 may be small to you, but everything adds up. Everything is important. We appreciate it so much. Like we said last time, we've been doing this on our own for the whole time. If LeBron people decide to give a helping hand to our platform, all we can do is to appreciate you. Nancy, thank you so much for sending us $20. So my sister who sent all the $40, she didn't tell me not to call her name. I can't call her name. Her name is, I'm going to call her first name. Madeline. Madeline, thank you so much. So much. We appreciate you. Go ahead, Mr. Mervyn Deshiel from Belgium.
Yeah, I would say thanks to all the contributors also, because the platform has given us the kind of information that we have been craving for. Thank you, Sekou, for going into depth today. That breaking news, it got me thinking twice, you know, and I think a lot of other people that just hearing it, I think is something that has stunned their head, and everybody's thinking, because a lot of questions behind it. Now I heard you talk about the Russians. The implications of Russians into our geopolitics at the moment, you know, it have been disturbing. The Americans have already made their concern. The CIA director.
Hold on, yeah. Somebody who's standing in the wedding, all suit up. You know, the men all respected SKTV to come here with Neta and stuff like that. But today, the men fall out. You see the men?
Yeah, you know now.
Okay.
You already know what time it is.
Steve, welcome to SKTV. Let's listen to Mr. Deshiel, and then you will come in a minute. Go ahead, Mr. Deshiel. Go ahead.
Well, okay.
Steve, what's going on?
Damn, Steve.
Yeah, Steve. Steve,
outfit.
The man, let me make the man be so I can see the man. Go. The man standing in the wedding.
You know, that outfit costs about $1 million. Okay.
Oh.
I will go on to what I was saying.
The man not making a lazy.
No. Wow.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Deshiel.
Yeah, Russians again. The name Russians again. We heard that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Russians again. You remember Marva talked about the Russians? And it was disturbing, and the Americans came into that. There's a lot of information that out there that have been tracked by the Americans. And hearing about Joseph Boca, known very well the implications of Russians being with him into his campaign thing, he knew it's going to be disturbing. So I think that we're going to have a little problem going forward, because accepting it, maybe they were keeping it a secret, but it has been blown out. Once it has been blown out, and they don't know how to direct it, and allow the Russians' name to go in the public sphere, that they the one contributing to his campaign, I think that is a wrong direction. But for Henry Costa being the VP, I think they have been pre-planned. They have been pre-planned from the time they were organizing the CPP. You know, it was predestined at this moment that it will come forth to us and clear that all the propaganda that went on in breaking out the CPP was planned because of today, hearing this new Henry Costa being the second person.
Thank you.
Well, I was saying he's lucky if he's going to be picked by Joseph Boca, and I hope that they have their way clear in running their campaign. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Steve, I will not take any call right now. Any call I take, I will put it on hold. Welcome. And what say you about the breaking news? Henry Costa is now confirmed. You know, our information now, they running me for Walker.
Well, Mr. Connor, thank you. First of all, let me start by saying to the Liberian people, as always, you are the most important people on earth. Most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth, as you already know. You're sorry. We're in a wedding here. let me talk in a elaborate way. So that's why you see your appear on the show today, just will find money for the Russian. But we get Russian money. But anyway, when I get to the issue, I think a week or two ago, when we came on the show, when Mr. Kane told the Liberian people that Henry Costa is top on the table or the list or is seriously in consideration, people cursing, people say a lot of foolishness. We let it slide out there. But you know the reason why we will continue to say the why we say it? Because the truth is the truth. You can go run around, you'll come by, you'll stay kind meet the truth right here. We're not going behind the hall to go discuss it. And when I came that day, also when Mr. Kane spoke, I told you all to remember a word. Go back and listen to the tape. I said the people that want to sponsor Joseph Human Braga Kennedy is from Europe. Go remember that I said it. But here's the issue, because tomorrow will be on live to discuss the issue in full. You're sorry at this point, Mr. Kane. The schedule changed on the side, you know the time changed. That why make it without showing favor. But tomorrow will be here. First of all, I'm very concerned about the judgment of former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai. You know, Sekou and I, we've had a lot of conversation behind closed door. Even as of last night, he's always told me, you know, don't call him Joe Ball. Don't, you know, just advise me to not so call him former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai or Joseph, you know, all these political correctness tattoo. So I will not call him Joe Ball. I will not give him all the other name there. I will stick with former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai. It speaks volume of his judgment, though. That's one. Two, I heard Mr. Dishiu and maybe other people have said it. Giving the tension, the global tension with the U.S. Even there was an article released these few days, and tomorrow I'll read an article, I'll read part of it, that the guys who they call them the Wanda or something, I've forgotten the name, the guys who do the recruiting for Russia to fight.
Wagner.
They've targeted Sierra Leone, Liberia, and I think Ivory Coast as the next place to invest and to recruit fighters to fight for them in Ukraine.
And they are in Central Africa.
So, given all of this, we just saw the parading of people had Jowea took money from the Russia and they criticized Jowea for taking money from the Russia and check, whatever it is. We told you from the beginning, all that check, the Costa, all that thing they were doing around, they were setting the stage. You don't criticize something and go back and do the same thing. They criticized Jowea for taking money from the Russia and they won that one. Are you going back to the Russian? Let me take out my glasses for it so I can see your vis-a-vis. Are you? We'll discuss that in details tomorrow. It speaks judgment of Joseph Yuma Boakai and his pick and his decisions. Those of you who claim Joseph Yuma Boakai is wise, you will have yourself to blame and you can make the decisions. Those of you who claim that he has political experience and he understands the Liberian politics, you will have yourself also to blame. We told you from day one. We told you. Some of us told you. You insulted some of us today. Some of you cut for some of us. You know, the fact remains the fact. Joseph Yuma Boakai muddy in the water with Yombly. That would tussle. Politics and not deception. All the sacrifices Yombly has made. I mean, let's be serious, man. Let's be serious. Let's just be serious for once. But I don't blame Joseph Yuma Boakai. I blame Yombly. I blame the other people who supported Joseph Yuma Boakai.
Let me ask you. I spoke to somebody today, and I tried to get to Yombly. I couldn't get her. And I believe she will respond to me. I believe, and I will get to her. Because I have some few questions to ask her. Do you think both Yombly, if this holds, both Yombly and Commish people should consider Yombly back in the conversation because she was in the conversation, and to Yombly accept to be a part of the conversation for a possible running mate for Commish at this point if Costa's running with Boakai holds.
So the issue about running with Commish yes, we want to affirm and confirm all SKTV that yes, Yombly is on the list of possible VP for the coming camp.
It's still on the
Yes,
list.
we're confirming it today. The list, she on the list, she be on the list. Or nobody on the
I know
list.
she be on the list before, but you think she should also
She's
reconsider,
still on the list. They're not taking.
and you think the community people will stay within that position?
How we still hold on in United Party, we can get noise from United Party. The ANC, look, that politics we're talking here, we own no allegiance to no party. The ANC has Yombly on the list. The issue of considering her,
CPP or ANC? We don't understand that.
the CPP/ANC, the CPP. Now, the issue of putting her on top of the list all has to do with Alexander Cummings and his relationship with her. But here's something critical that Mr. Alexander Cummings said when you were on the show, that preferably he would prefer a female.
Yeah, he said that.
I don't think, and I'm paraphrasing him, I don't think relationship between them have gone soured. Remember when Alexander Cummings reached out to Dillon a few months ago, and Dillon was childish and immature enough because he wanted to appeal to Joseph Human Baga and the CDC and the United Party camp. He can't make it look like some kind of breaking news. I thought I was childish. I thought I was immature. You're in political conversation. Nothing has sealed. You even know why the person call you. You start talking plenty. But again, I think anything is possible in a relationship. I would also think if they will make any kind of move, the sooner the better, because it's almost campaign time or whatever it is. But let me say this: Joseph Boaga is on a suicidal mission, and I will expand on it tomorrow. Joseph Boaga is tricky.
Hold on.
It's not serious.
You mean politically, right? You got to
political suicidal mission.
Exactly.
In other words,
you got to add
in other words, you're about to dump the CDC, the CPP, the United Party. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many people were thinking about Joseph Human Power? Just this news alone put them in a quagmire, a situation that they can't handle. You see, any responsible group of people want to identify. Oh yes, and also.
What about supporters of Costa? I mean, some of them that were.
What kind of support of Costa again?
They will support Baka now.
What kind of support of Costa again?
Costa got a lot of supporters.
No, Costa don't have supporters. Costa have no. Costa have few handful of little girls, little boys who are not reasonable, who pass around and sorry to say this pressing him. Defend him. What kind of supporter? Look, Mr. Kane, we have said this. I want to challenge Costa and his supporters. I will challenge them openly again. He has not proven anywhere to be effective from a numerical standpoint, whether quantitatively or qualitatively, to make any impact. Costa got no supporter. He's zero ballon. He just got loud mouth. He doesn't know anything, and he's just a common criminal on the crook. Simple. He playing the United Party. Do you know?
I wouldn't call you a criminal.
Well, I will call you a criminal. I will do that and I stand by it because he betrayed the Liberian people as evidenced by being in bed with the government, collecting money from the government. Because that is on record. That's criminality. Look, Mr. Kane, I know you want me to be politically correct, but when it comes to certain issue, I will say it the way I will say it. And I take full responsibility for my words. Costa is a common criminal, a crook, and an unserious young man who passes around, blackmails people. He's a liar, a serial liar. And that is serious. All these things are games, Mr. Kane. All of these things, let me tell you what it's meant for. All that Joseph Boaga, because they know they're not going nowhere. Oh, he want to be senator again? Because he take money from Sir Joseph, he want to be senator again? You think we're stupid here? You think we don't know what's going on? You see, when we say these things and we say, oh, passion, people say, oh, you fair. You hear that person, you hear that person. You're sitting there, the people playing in your faces. Only for joy we have to win. At the end of the day, Mr. Kane, this thing is set up for joy we have to win. Simple and plain.
So,
what Costa going? This is just it's a distraction for the CDC. It's a game for the CDC, the propaganda. It's a game for the CDC. And Joseph Human Power is aware of the game. I said it before, I will say it. From the day Joe Weah were elected, Joseph Human Power and Joe Weah then agree that Joe Weah will have a second term or 2 terms. This is all a game. Again, I will say it. This is all a game. The serious-minded people, we know them. When we see serious opposition, we know them. They got serious opposition. They Costa, the Boaga, they're not serious opposition. They're not opposition. They are playing games. And y'all will see. And we yeah, y'all will see. And we yeah, y'all will see. And we do.
What happened? How will Costa? I mean, how will Costa and Buakai take money from the Russian and then Buakai does not run? So that means they will get to put money back. The government will get them to put money back, or this thing just being
the government giving Russian people money back. All the Russian laws are making that scam. That cover up, Mr. Kanye. This thing is deeper than you think. Like I said, tomorrow we're spending on it. All that Russian, you think the Russian people are stupid to get a fat group of people money? They eat it, they don't get the money back. Then they come back. You think about, I want you to think about it one. The Russian people invest there, right?
Maybe they can. Maybe the Russian can do it to get back to the, to get a job.
That's scam. No money. Let me tell you something. That particular check video you saw them passing around, check coming on the show to counter about Joe, it was laying the premiums for the North. You see it. You know, no Russian coming back to that lie that the same government working with the men and trying to add using the Russian. Those boys are bad.
Yeah, but the men were Russian though. That's true. 3 Russians. The men were.
Oh, leave that team, man. Leave that team. Let's check a Russian friend. I can go collect. I can go collect my Russian friend right now and say, let's go on diplomatic meeting. I don't see people that where they get money from.
Listen. What is given? So, what is given to you? You think
this is huge?
Okay, listen. You think the men were Russian?
No, I think the men were Russian. I know the men were Russian. I know the men were Russian.
And you know that you also believe that they see this deal with Costa being running me for Buakai? You believe that?
Oh, the deal have been already on, and the deal was going to be sealed up. So it's sealed. Yes, that's a fact. But I'm saying the financial part of it, the investment part of it, the government is aware of this whole game that is being played. Watch and see. They know what's up, and they're in collaboration and connection. This is to destabilize, discombobulate, and confuse the opposition group. Let me tell you today, and they're playing the cards very, very well. And that is why I say
if that's what the case is, then that means
the opposition.
This is good for the opposition. They don't solidify the opposition.
I'm saying the opposition. No, they get confused opposition among the serious minded opposition. Don't want to cause association and all those small children passing around making hero Costa. We're not discussing the people that will not even know what's going on. We're not. We're discussing serious minded opposition. No.
Somebody saying that you and I disagree on the breaking news. I don't know where we disagree.
That's fine. That conversation, not listen to them. Let's move forward. That conversation, Mr. Kane, they won't bring distraction. Let's stay with the issue. Here's the thing. Here's my comment on this thing, Mr. Kane. Like I've always said, I'll maintain it. You want change in Labrador? Don't vote anything that resembles Joseph Boakai. Don't vote anything that resembles Joe Wea. Let me say it again. You want change in Labrador? They are not opposition. They are not opposition. They are collaborators. They're tricksters, and they're playing games. Anything I look like Joseph Parker, run for A. Anything I look like Joe Wea, run for A. Yeah. If you're thinking a lot, more noise coming up. If I said, Mr. Cannon, because of that, let me get an announcement. I will be returning to Facebook very soon, so that we can start predicting the noise before it come on. Because some of the things need to be talked about in advance and tell exactly what you guys are up to. Mr. Cannon, this is all games. This is a distraction to the serious-minded opposition who mean well for the country, as opposed to these boys and the girls who are playing games. Because you know what? When you see them doing this kind of thing, they appear like hero they want to rescue. Let me tell you something, Mr. Kanye. Most of these people, when Joe Wea leave power, they will not get nothing from Facebook. They will not get nothing again to talk about because serious-minded people there. Joe Wea them being in power, it benefits them. And so this is all for their own personal aggrandizement. It's for their own personal games, and they're playing games with the Labrador people. Also, because he won't be senator again. He won't be senator again. He's all tell you how much, what the guy name? Senator Sir Joseph, when they met in Delaware, how much Senator Sir Joseph again? He's all tell you. Hey, I support that. He's supposed to tell you. You must sit down here. Why was Joseph Baga leaving to go Ghana? Why not carry picking away? Why ain't carry Jacob calling it go crew away? Why ain't telling? Why would Joseph Baga go in Ghana to meet with comments? Why ain't telling people that? Why ain't telling? Just sit down. Just sit down. Soon money, your efforts will be twice. You're funny. I see some of my friends and my brother on Facebook with BB Costa. Your cousin will react on yo because they will play yo. They will play yo. Yeah, you ain't seeing nothing yet. These people are all for games. Mr. Kane, we'll be on tomorrow. We are following the story.
before you go now, so what becomes?
Hey, you're spoiling my chilling today. Okay, let's go.
So
Let's go.
what becomes the fate of other Unity Party people who can stomach Costa after hearing this information? What become their fate?
Well, the fate of those United Party people who can stomach Costa after hearing this information is they've been played like we told them they were going to be played. The sooner they make up the mind to walk away from this United Party and JNB must be president stuff, it has in the head, the better will be for them. Because you know what? Even in this country, do you know that Republicans voted for Donald Trump, against Donald Trump, to ensure that Donald Trump noisy crew and foolishness that he had going on in the United States does not continue? Let me tell you something. Sometimes you must rise above the fray, forget about all the partisanship, and do what is right, because you are doing it for the future, and future will reward you and remember you. So this United Party, where you think who are leading to party, your party must be this. Let me tell you something. If you find the right person to do the right thing, you don't have to like them. I don't support somebody because you're the right, you are in your party and not in your party. Support people because of the benefit and the better good of the country. So to those United Party partisans, I'm telling you now, I'm calling upon you. You're walking away from the quagmire and the foolishness, because just a human boy guy is on a political suicidal. Let me brief something to you, Mr. Cannon. Let's keep all factor constant. That means Joseph Boyka just twatted the effort of Prince Johnson to convince Jeremiah Kun to go in.
Yeah, but Jeremiah Kun, I don't know whether you're following the show. Jeremiah Kun then now, because of this information now, Jeremiah Kun then now, I mean, I forgot to say that. Jeremiah Kun then now, they say, if because Boyka is planning to come here, even though giving the breaking news, I didn't even add that part. Boyka is going to be here around the 20, I don't want to call it the exact date, but around after the 20th. Boyka is going to be here, right? But now Jeremiah Kun is saying, if Boyka
I can be Tosido and be talking politics. Yeah.
Okay.
Let go. No, finish the talk. Finish the talk, then we'll go. No, finish the talk, I'll go. No, wait. Finish the talk, I beg you. Finish the talk, please.
I was about to take it off now. So Jeremiah Kun then now saying that if Boyka leaves Liberia for the United States trip that we talked about a few weeks ago,
yes,
without making the announcement, even though the news is out now about Costa, but it's not official yet from Boyka, right? So they're saying if Boyka leaves Liberia without being clear to tell them to announce his running mate, then they will continue the process of him, Jeremiah Kun, running for president. Listen. So Boyka, before Boyka departed for Ghana, Boyka told Nyombli, called Nyombli and told her that, I'm sorry, you're not going to be the running mate. But he didn't say that to Jeremiah Kun yet. Maybe we don't have that information. So what I'm saying here now is that, how you think this thing is going to play out in the Unity Party themselves?
First of all, this is total dismantlement, discombobulation of the so-called group that they were going to form from the opposition point. You create all this confusion, this euphoria, and they're hoping people that it will be your running mate. You give them the perception. We told him from the day one, don't lead people on. He led them on. Fast forward, Mr. Kane. Where do we leave the Alari Tobaden group? Where do they fit into this whole narrative? If Jeremiah Kun going away, they're not split within the opposition or whatever they were forming. So I'm saying to you, Mr. Kane, essentially, Joseph Boyka is signaling to the world that he is not running. This is all games. Again, I go back to the major factor. This is all games. He let Lobby hope that in the last minute. He about to let Jeremiah. But for Prince Joseph Boyka is sweet for the first time. Last time Joseph Boyka ran, he played it in Liba again. You go check the record if I lie. He did. And I'm saying it again. I told you, sorry, Mr. Kane, I gotta use the word. I told you Joe Ball will not cheat. Joe Ball are playing games.
I tell you, don't say that, man.
Okay, but now I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm going.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see you. You can't call it Joe Ball. That's crazy. We can't call the Papa Joe boy. I mean, politics is good, but he's our old man. We can disagree, we can agree, but I mean, the old man is our old man. So yeah, let me update you. The last person to send money was Joseph Conto. Joseph Conto sent $10. Joseph Conto, thank you so much as always. You always been sending us little money, here and there. We really, really appreciate it. Joseph Conto just sent us $10. We appreciate it. So Nancy was second to the last. Nancy, I'm not going to call people last name so they can't know exactly who they are. But yes, indeed, folks, this is serious. This is serious. And this will change the political dynamics in Liberia. And the contrast could not be clearer. The contrast could not be clearer. To be honest with you. You would like Steve. Steve is not allowed to call the Papa here Joe Bob. So if you say that, we take him out. So he's not going to come here today now until tomorrow. Steve, let him go enjoy himself in the wedding that he's standing in. So this could change the whole political dynamics. Because why? Voting for Boakai, you are voting for Costa to be president. Whether you like Costa, hate Costa, that's on you. But I personally don't see any problem with Boakai selection of running mate. Likewise, I will not have problem of whoever communist decide to choose as his running mate. Because you know why? It speaks volume of who you are. It speaks volume of your judgment. It speaks volume of your decision making. It speaks volume of the kind of leader you will be. So it kind of informs the Liberian people as to what to do and how to do it. It's just that simple. So let's see how the whole thing going to happen. What's going to happen next? I think we'll leave it there for today. Because we've been here now for 2 hours and 14 minutes. And I guess people enjoy listening to us. But I think we have given you enough information. There are certain things we will keep for a little day. But yes, this is a major news that will change the dynamics of politics in Liberia come October. Like I said, maybe Boakai can decide. Boakai can decide to say, you know what, because of the popular reaction to this thing, I'm not going to do it. But I think Costa got his supporters, and they will welcome this information, and they believe he deserves it. Some of them even wanted Costa to run for president. So what's wrong with Costa running for vice president if Boakai decides to take him? So I want to say thank you to all of you. We'll stop there for today. Tomorrow we'll be here. We'll come here with more information. And like we told you, we also have information on Jeremiah Kun. Yes, we do. But today is not for Jeremiah Kun. Today is for Joseph Nima Boakai and our friend and brother Henry Costa. So let me check again before I leave on whether or not Costa responded to my inquiry. No, not yet. We call him. We place a call and a text message to confirm or deny the information. He has not yet denied or confirmed. That tells you exactly what is going on. So let me read another message here that came here. All right. So I'm not going to say this. Somebody just sent me some information about the president's trip to the U.S., what it was about, and the information about Russian and things. So yes, this show, we are not here to please anybody. We are not here to actually antagonize anybody or to form enemy. We are here to present the truth and nothing but the truth to the Liberian people. If, again, that's Liberia. That's Liberia. Anything is possible. We are a bunch of people that are very, very unpredictable. Anything is possible in Liberia. You never know. You just never know. So yesterday we had about how many donors? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 donors. The total amount of $115. That was $20, $25, $40, $10, and $20. Thank you so much to all of you that donated to SKTV. As always, we appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Let me see what kind of song I want to play here. I like Takunje.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not come up. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in thee, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us a little and abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.